Angry Bears fan podcast. Like, follow, subscribe. No Bears game this week. Nothing for us to complain about. But lots of other news. Joe Flacco gets traded. Lots of upsets this week. It was a fun football weekend. A lot of crazy endings to games. A lot of close games. Monday night was good. Sunday night was good.
Yeah, I was able to multi-view four games on the season ticket on YouTube TV on Sunday. So I was watching four different games at once. It was nice. It was all entertaining with the exception of a couple. Um, like you said, there's so many bad teams in the NFL. So many bad teams this year, and couple of quite a big surprises too. You know what I'm saying? This week was packed. I mean, you said it. Joe Flacco gets traded to the Bengals, which I'm not worried about
Yeah, I
that. I
mean,
mean,
no.
the only thing really that I'm excited about is the fact that he just beat Green Bay when he was playing with the Browns, and now they play Green Bay again, and he's going to be the quarterback for the Bengals when they play Green Bay. So maybe Flacco beats
That'll
Green
be
Bay
like a
twice
record beating the same team twice on a different team in the
on a
same
different
season.
team.
That's
So
got to be.
that'll be fun. The Edge, I forget his name, from Baltimore gets traded as well.
Oh,
They
way.
traded him, yeah, they traded him to the Chargers, I think.
Yes.
Um, which they're falling off a cliff now that both of their star tackles are injured. Justin Herbert is getting just his shit pushed in constantly. He's got no time to throw the ball anymore. And then the third tackle, just on Sunday night or whatever, the afternoon game, got hurt. So the backup to the backup's left tackle
Their
got hurt.
swing tackle, yeah.
So that kind of sucks. Detroit still looks good. Minnesota, I don't know about Minnesota. I think I'll save that for Factor Cap later. I have something on there about Minnesota. Um, the uh, the AFC North is a disaster. In
Ravens
general,
are in shambles
the
without. They
Jets
usually
are
look better without Lamar.
the Jets are like the worst team I've ever seen.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of what we went through with Justin. Uh,
A
uh,
lot of garbage time stats being put
yeah,
up.
I would agree, and I think he's shown like he can only go as far as the team can take him. Justin can't overcome a bad team. I think if you put him in a situation like Ohio State, where he's got really good players all around him, I think it would be fine. But he doesn't make anticipation throws, holds on the ball too long. But I mean, he does make some special plays when he does get a chance, and that's why he's still out there. I think he's a bottom of the barrel starting quarterback, but still one nonetheless. I mean, who are you going to switch him with? Geno Smith? Like who is there
Yeah,
to
Gino
really
looked
Russell
horrible.
Wilson? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
There's no more undefeateds. I
yeah,
think this is
I mean, the
this is like
Colts
the
looks
earliest.
Daniel Jones looks really good. I mean, I think he's I don't go. I mean, what I was talking about with Justin Fields, he put on a good team, good O line, play good defense, good running back, solid wide receivers, and you play to his strengths, you can win games. I think he showed that on the Giants before they got rid of him and they let Saquon walk. I think he's shown that with the Colts that with a good O line, solid team around him, he can play well. He's got all the tools. You just can't ask him to be Superman.
Jacksonville, with
Crazy
a
game, big game.
statement game. You know what I'm saying? Against the Chiefs. I mean, nobody really gave Jacksonville a big chance this year. Going into the year. Trevor Lawrence has been mediocre. He's been
Yeah.
nothing but mediocre. That's all he's been. He's just been okay. He hasn't. It's not like the Jaguars are winning because of Trevor Lawrence because they're not. Good coaching, good defense,
Pick six, yeah,
timely
opportunity,
throws,
yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying? Timely
I
plays.
mean, he's the quarterback. He
Uh,
makes plays, so he gets some of the
yeah, but
credit.
he's
But he
not. He's
hasn't. No,
not.
no,
He's
it's
not
not Josh
losing
Allen.
the game. He's
Yeah, he's
not
not Josh
losing the
Allen.
game.
He's not some of these guys. But
Buffalo
I mean, I
lost.
talk a lot about shit about Trevor Lawrence. So when he does good
Philly
things, I don't want to.
lost.
Yeah, the Philly game was crazy. Except Buffalo losing to New England. I mean, is Drake? I mean, you were a big Drake May guy. Is he the big deal or the real deal? If they got him number one wide receiver in Diggs, it was a revenge game, and he really went off. He had like 10 catches for like a buck 50.
Drake
Um,
May just looked. He looked like something else. I
he
don't
looks
know
good.
if it was just, you know what I'm saying. That was like his welcome to the NFL moment against the Bills, on the road too against the Bills. Played a really good game.
Yeah,
Really,
game like you were saying with the Jags, nobody gave them a shot to win that game, and they played really good. People,
absolutely.
or even yourself, were you questioning Mike Vrabel? What was the signing for? What was he doing? Maybe he's finally turned that culture around because they aren't a very talented roster. I mean, Diggs is an over the hill fat wide receiver. I mean, he's still obviously a number one, but middle of the pack number one wide receiver. They've got mediocre talent all the way around, and to go out and beat the Bills prime time when they're riding high was a big win for them.
Absolutely. It's just all over the Cardinals. I want to talk about the Cardinals for a minute. That that has to be one of the worst losses I have ever seen. A total collapse, reminiscent of the Arizona Cardinals Bears game. You know what I'm saying? Where they had that big. I mean, obviously it wasn't as big, but
At
against
least
a
those were
team,
like strips and a punt return. This was just like,
this was stupidity at its
yes,
finest. Kyler Murray getting hit in the head with a fucking snap, them losing possession of the ball, that interception slash fumble that turned into a touchdown, which I don't know, maybe I'm a little out of touch, but I always thought that the ground couldn't cause a fumble. So like I was kind of confused
I
on
was
that.
as well. I don't know. Like, I
So
think if no
I
one touches you, I think it can. I think if like you're getting tackled and you smack the ground, but I think if you just fall down on the ground and nobody touched you, I think I'm assuming that's the rule.
I may
We've always
I
just been taught the ground can't cause a fumble. Just like,
yeah,
no,
I was so lost on that, but even that I was just like, oh my God. It just dysfunction all over the NFL.
yes.
All over the
The
NFL.
Dolphins lose to the Panthers, blow that game. You were talking about we need to get on the phone, try and get A Chain. Um, Ben Johnson in the press conference kind of made it seem like he wanted to stick with our guys, but I like a lot of people are getting injured. I think our time is capitalized now. We already missed out on Trey Hendrickson. We missed out on Michael Parsons. I do think we have to make a move. And Poles has shown he will make one in the middle of the season. So I hope he's got something in the works to add something, like a little depth, maybe a pass rusher, maybe a running back. But Swift just isn't getting the job done. I think he'll be
Well,
better edge.
I've got a couple of names for you, right? Because I was looking at our two biggest needs, running back and edge. I can't find a whole lot of edge names,
Not yet. Maybe a couple
that
more weeks.
that work with our cap because we are over the cap, so there's got to be a little bit of wiggle room there. I found one name that's a possibility, at least in my opinion, as a trade target for the Bears, and that is Kayvon Thibodeaux
Yeah,
from
I
the
think
New
he's
York
been.
Giants. I with them having Burns and Abdul Carter. I just yeah, he's a rotational guy and stuff like that, but he's a former first round pick. You know how Ryan Poles loves to take on reclamation projects and things of that
I
nature.
wouldn't say he's a reclamation. I think he's played pretty solid. I just think,
He's been solid, but he hasn't played up to
yeah, yeah.
his drafting. You know what I'm saying? And that
I
and
think
Ryan
he would
Poles
be the.
likes
Well,
those
what I'm just
guys.
saying is like he'd be our best pass rusher if we got him.
So I was thinking him or Cam Jordan from New Orleans.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of the Cam Jordan just because he's older. He does carry a lot of money, but he does have familiarity with Dennis Allen's defense,
yeah.
and he's having a hell of a season right now.
He's really
Uh,
good. He's really
you
good.
know what I'm saying? But him and Kayvon Thibodeaux are my two edge guys that I've got targets, and then another Saint, Alvin Kamara, Brees Hall from the Jets, and of course, as you mentioned earlier, Achan from the Dolphins as running back targets. Um, my pick there, obviously, just in terms of what he brings to the table, would probably be Achan. My second would be Alvin Kamara because of the experience. I know he doesn't have a whole lot left, but he'd be splitting carries anyway. And I honestly wouldn't mind Brees Hall either. Brees Hall's a young
No,
kid. He's
yeah.
24, 25 years old. He's got speed. But they need a running back and they need an edge. And I think any of those guys, even if you get one of them, I would prefer you get if you can get Devin Achan, then I would take Devin Achan over all of it.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at if Achan's off the table, then I think you gotta at least see what the Giants would be willing to take for Thibodeaux. You have to.
Yeah, he's definitely not getting tagged or re-signed. They didn't pick up his option either, I believe. But we got the Redskins or the Commanders. Sorry, we're gonna cancel the Commanders coming up. They went out, impressive win, beat the Chargers by 17. I know you said they lost their tackles, but still a good team. Put a beat down on them, ran the ball all over them, and they're a pretty good run defense. That doesn't bode well for us because we haven't been able to stop the run. And if they've got the run game going, it's gonna be real tough to stop Jaden Daniels and Kingsbury. They do real good with play action and getting Jaden good easy throws. So got that look for revenge game from the Fail Mary. Like we've talked about it a bunch of times. It was the game that turned our season around. So I do think this is an important game. I don't necessarily think it's a must win, but I do think we need to go out and play a solid game. Caleb looked good, out duel Jaden, and if we get our defense lays another egg, then so be it.
We can lose this game,
Yes,
okay? But we can't lose this game in embarrassing fashion like
yes.
we did against
I
Detroit.
agree.
You know what I'm
That's basically
saying?
my point. Yes.
We can lose this game because yeah, you wanna play well and everything else like that, but the world's not over. You have New Orleans the week after. You have Cincinnati, Baltimore, and the Giants.
Yes.
All winnable games.
Yes.
Okay, so we lose this game, not a big deal. I would like to see us come out with a win,
Yes, because
and
then that
and
we're
everything
gonna
else like that.
ideally we're
But
gonna be 6-2
let's keep
going in.
yeah 6-3 or whatever going
Yeah.
after the Giants game. I'm fine with that. You spoke about the running game. Washington does have an amazing running game. Their seventh round rookie compared to our seventh round rookie, there's a big discrepancy there, and I don't know. Obviously the vision. We can talk about DeAndre Swift till the cows come home. I hate him. I shouldn't say I hate him. That's very strong. I strongly dislike him as a ball carrier. He's just not a bell cow running
He
back.
does. Yes, he doesn't set the tone. We need somebody who's
No,
going to
he
run
does not.
hard and open up the play action. They've been blocking decent if you look at the film. Blocking better than what we're getting is because Swift's not hitting the hole and taking the 4 yards and falling forward.
Exactly.
He wants to break a big run and he's getting tackled. He no forward momentum, and it's just like we need. You got to be running north and south. Even Gibbs for the Lions, obviously he's a elusive back, a swift back, but he runs hard and he falls forward, and Swift is just not doing that for us. That's
I mean,
detriment to us.
we got some good news, at least a little bit, to help with that run game. So Grady Jarrett's back at practice, TJ Edwards is back at practice, Kyler
Kyle
Gordon's back
Gordon's
at
back, yes.
practice. So Kyler Gordon's really good against the run. He's also good on the blitz. He's a good tackler. TJ Edwards, of course, is that glue that holds that defense together in terms of the linebacker core. That so Edmonds, when Edwards is out of the lineup, is a completely different linebacker than Edmonds with TJ Edwards is in the lineup. And I think TJ Edwards helps Edmonds be a better player. So he's going to help solidify that second level in terms of the run game. Grady Jarrett just being a veteran helps. I don't know if you throw out there Grady Jarrett and Andrew Billings to start the game just to kind of get some beef in that interior defensive line and
Set
kind
the
of help
tone.
stop the run. I would be okay with that. Austin Booker just got activated to designated return to practice from the IR. Hopefully he can get a full week of practice in. Maybe help out with the pass rush as a rotational guy at least for a little bit. So I mean, it's kind of looking up. I don't know where Jaquan Brisker's been this year in terms of the run game. He's been kind of on and off. There, he has some good moments, but he also has some not so good moments. He tends to either just miss his gap or miss his assignment when he's on the run game. But there was a lot of missed tackles that I saw over the last couple of weeks that I did not like. So he's got to shore up his run defense. But I mean, it's never a bad thing when you're getting healthy. And Dennis
Yeah,
Allen is coaching the hell out of this defense right now with what he's got.
yeah. It's going to be a big test, so we definitely need to put on a show like that. It's not a must win. It's not the end of the world if we lose that game. We got some winnable ones coming up after it, but it's after a bye week. Ben Johnson's first bye week as a head coach. I want to come out looking good. Like I said, we're getting healthy. We had a week to prepare. They're coming off a tough game. Jaden Daniels just came back from injury himself, and I just want to look sharp. I know our defense is our defense, but the Commanders don't have a crazy good defense. I mean, they did shut down Herbert, but they don't got a bunch of studs running around out there. I just want to pick up where we left off.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about Bears wise,
No.
with it being the bye week and everything. So we'll kind of keep it short and sweet. I got a week 5 overreaction factor cap if you want to
Let's
get
get
into
it.
that.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I spoke earlier. I said we'll save Minnesota for it. So factor cap. Minnesota is more lucky than they are good.
I wouldn't say that. I think Kevin O'Connell has shown. I know it does seem like luck sometimes. He's had Carson Wentz, Dobbs, fucking who they had last year. I can't even remember that guy's name who was playing
Mullins was it? Mike
Mullen. Yeah,
Mullins?
maybe Mullins a few games, and he coached his ass off. And I believe Brian Flores is an amazing coach himself as well. So I think it's more coaching. And sometimes when you're that well coached, it looks like it's lucky or something. But he's doing a lot with a little, at least at the quarterback position. Obviously, there's a lot of talent surrounding him. They got a decent line. They obviously got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Wentz is a veteran backup as well. Not like he's some scrub you're throwing out there with deer in the headlights. He was at one point almost won the MVP.
I agree with you to an extent. I don't think they're as good as we may have,
Thought. I agree
thought
there.
they
I don't
were.
think no. I
You know what I'm
don't think
saying?
we thought they were going to be. I just don't think anything they do has happened as luck. I think that
Yeah, I mean, there's luck with every NFL team.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I just think they're a tad bit. They're not overrated. They're not underrated. They're just kind of mid, in my opinion, right
Yes, I think they're
now.
mid,
So,
and people were writing them up as I don't know. I think a lot. I think that maybe there was just some over expectations for JJ McCarthy. Um, to think that like, oh, Sam Darnold was good, so why can't he be good with JJ McCarthy? And honestly, I kind of thought similarly. Like I think we all thought Sam Darnold was just done, and Kevin O'Connell made him play good. But I don't know. You seen him on Seattle, obviously that they didn't win, but he looks good. I mean, he
he looked
looks like
good.
a franchise quarterback who can
He
sling
looked
the
good.
rock. So maybe it was. I mean, I'm not maybe. I think we saw, and hopefully we've ended that curse with the Bears organization. But maybe it really was the Jets. Like Sam Darnold is blossoming. We're seeing it with Daniel Jones as well.
Yeah,
Um,
and they had both of them on the roster last year.
it's like bad, like maybe just bad organizations are really. I mean, it's just more important than ever. I think as we get older, we realize that sometimes, like we look at some of these quarterbacks as superheroes. But really, you just get drafted. And like, is Brady if he was on the Bears as a rookie? So it's like probably not.
No, no shot. Overreaction number 2, factor cap. The New York Jets are on the clock, and they will finish with the worst record in the NFL.
Let's look at their record, or let's see who they play real quick.
They're 0-5, and they have not, or 0-4, and they have not had a turnover. Or they're
That's what I
0-5.
was gonna say. Like, I don't think they might
They're 0,
luck you to win. Like
they're 0
they
5, and their defense has not created a turnover.
okay, and then
They had
yeah,
5
Justin hasn't thrown an
turnovers,
interception. He's fumbled. Justin fumbled, right? They
and they
lost the Steelers by 2, Bills by 20, Bucks by 2, Dolphins by 6. They suck. Cowboys by a lot. Let's see. They got Broncos, Panthers, Bengals, Browns, Patriots, Ravens. They got Falcons, Dolphins again, Jags, Saints. Oh, they play the Saints, Pats twice. No, I don't think they'll finish with. I think the Saints are going to be the worst team, but I do think it's the year. I thought they were going to have a better year than this. I think they lost a couple really close games, and that'll really put your season on a spiral. Like I said before,
Spencer Rattler is. I don't know if
we've
they'll
seen a
be
lot of
good.
Spencer Rattler. I mean, he played a lot last year. Okay, so I'm not going to the one game he looked good
But
against the
see, here's
Giants.
my thing though. They're the worst disciplined team in the league. We thought the Bears the first couple of weeks were bad. The Jets are just complete. You talk about drive killing, shooting themselves in the foot. I have never seen anything like that before. They are terrible discipline wise with penalties. Sauce Gardner, he's amazing, but he has too many penalties. So when your best player is starting to fall into bad habits, habits that you've never seen before out of him, that's a problem.
Yeah,
They need to fix it quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because at least in my opinion, I've seen these teams that we thought were worse play better than the Jets have so far this year. And right now, as of today, absolutely, I think the Jets finished with the worst record in the league.
I don't. I think the Cowboys game they look really bad, but I watched the Dolphins game. I didn't really like, but they looked okay. Like I just think they looked decent against the Steelers. They put up 30 on them, lost by 2. Buccaneers. 2-point loss. You know what I mean? They took the lead late and Baker drove down and won the game. Final second. I mean, I don't know. I think I mean, they're a bad team. I think some of these guys are.
I just think it's the Bears curse from the last couple of years. Bad teams find ways to lose, and I just think right now they're gonna find ways to lose.
Yeah, but they play other bad teams. Like the Panthers are a bad team. Browns
Yeah,
are a
but they
bad
at least
team.
they've won a couple games. The
Yeah,
Panthers
no, I
have.
mean, but that's just now. I mean, the Jets will figure out a way to win one, so it's not
You
like they're
hope
gonna.
so.
I mean, I don't necessarily hope so. I just think they will, just because of their schedule. I mean, I think, like I said, they play Panthers, Bengals, Browns, Patriots, Ravens. I guess Lamar will probably be back, so that's not a win. Falcons, they're nothing special. Dolphins, nothing special. Jags, I guess, are good. They play the Saints. I mean, there's a coin flip if you want to say they're bad. That's still a coin flip game. Patriots, like I said, I don't think the Patriots are that good, and then obviously they'll lose to the Bills if the Bills starters are playing that game. I don't know. Justin is letting me. I don't know if he's letting me down. I don't follow their practices. I don't know what's going on, but it's clear that he's not a franchise quarterback that's going to take your team from obscurity. He, if you're bad, he can run the ball and keep it close and not throw interceptions. But if you want to pass the ball and win games, you're just going to have a really good team, a good O line, quality wide receivers who can carry Justin or make it easy for him. He can make the easy throws. He doesn't make throws with anticipation. If guys are running open, he can hit them. But besides that, I think he's got a block, but he can't pull the trigger. But we'll see. I really like Aaron Glenn. But I think the Jets are kind of stuck in that what the Bears were. It's like, and we're hoping Ben Johnson takes us out of it, where it's just like where QBs go to die, and unless they got a super defense and a good coach, they've got no. You know what I mean? When's the last time they were good? Rex Ryan, like
Yeah.
Mark Sanchez was mid, and they just won with defense.
Yep. Pre 2010. All right. Overreaction number 3. Factor cap. Jacksonville and Indy are both viable sleeper Super Bowl contenders.
Uh, I won't say both of them. Maybe one of them will emerge. I'm still waiting for
I
one of them
think
to turn
Indy.
into a
I think
pumpkin.
Indy more than Jacksonville. I think Indy's a more complete team.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't. I don't see both of them. I think one of them will come back down to reality. But
I love
both.
what the Colts are doing.
I mean, I like Daniel Jones.
Love.
I always. Everybody likes a comeback story, and more so
I
than
owe him
ever.
I owe him a bigger apology than I owe Tyreek Stevenson.
But more so than ever, like like when we were growing up, when you got thrown away, you were done.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
like there's 4 or 5 starters in the league now who we thought were bust and we're never going to play again, and our basic franchise quarterbacks is looking like. So I guess it's good to see that. So I want to see Daniel Jones. I think the opposite of you. I think if one of the teams would emerge for whatever, I think it is Jacksonville. I think Trevor Lawrence is slightly better than Daniel Jones. I think they got more star power on the Jags than the Colts. I
Who?
think you need Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr.
Thomas Jr. has been terrible this year, and Travis Hunter's
Yeah,
been
well, this year,
okay.
yeah, but that's star power. I'm not saying they're all
You
pros.
got you. Jonathan
Jonathan Taylor,
Taylor is
I
the
guess,
best
yeah,
running back in the league.
yeah, I know. But,
You talk about star power. Jacksonville has more than Indy. No, no
yeah,
way.
but usually you're not getting carried to the Super Bowl with your fucking running back. I mean, the Eagles just did,
Philly,
but
Philly
yeah,
just did it last year.
but what about the years before that? When was the last time somebody led with their
But you
quarterback?
can't have a running back carry you all the way to the Super Bowl when Philly just did it
Well, I
last
don't
year.
because I
And
don't.
you ride Saquon's nuts.
Well,
You can't
because I
do
think
that.
Saquon's good, but I don't think Jonathan Taylor, Saquon, and they had the best defense, the best pass rush in the league. That Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. You know, what I mean, it was the run game and the defense, and
And Indy's defense is not any
and
worse right now.
we'll see. Like I said, they haven't had a whole year, and Jalen Hurts, as of right now, is better than Daniel Jones by a large margin.
Jalen Hurts is overrated as fuck.
I
Overrated as
I would kind of
fuck.
agree. I do think if you put a lot of guys in this situation, they would do similarly, but that's not how it works. Like you go where you go and you do what you do, and it's not like he's Trent Dilfer in the Super Bowl. They lost. He threw for fucking 350 yards and they lost by a point, but or 3 point. You know what I mean? Like they lost by a score, and then they went out and blew out the Chiefs 2 years later. Um, I don't know. I agree. I think you throw him on the Bears and he's not going to any Super Bowls. He's not doing anything. But you go where you go. The stats you get are what you get, and it's hard to say somebody who's had a considerably worse career than him is better than him, regardless of where he got drafted to. That's just how it goes. Like, I mean, I can't necessarily hold it against him, but he on big games shown up. Like I said, he threw for three. He fucking outplayed Mahomes in the Super Bowl that he lost. And he threw pretty good in the one they won. I mean, Saquon didn't have that many yards in the Super Bowl, did he? He didn't go crazy in the Super Bowl. It was Hurts mostly. But I think he's better than Daniel Jones. I think Saquon's better than him. I think their O line is better. I think their D line is better. I think in no frame is the Colts anything like these. And Jonathan Taylor is really good. I just don't like he's not. I guess because he's in Indy and they're a smaller market, he's just not as big a name as Saquon. Plus that star power. Travis Hunter, that was his coming out party, and I do think. And Brian Thomas Jr. had a slow start to the year, but he had an amazing rookie season, and he had a pretty good game against the Chiefs as well. And I just think he's a number one guy you got a double team type of receiver, and I don't think the Colts really have anybody like that.
That leads me into a little bit of a segue since we were talking about Jalen Hurts. Factor cap, week 5 overreaction. Philadelphia is going to trade A.J. Brown.
I think they're going to trade one of them, Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown. I don't know. What I don't understand, can they? I was looking at his contract that, like, he's going to get paid like $40 million one of these years. Like, who wants that?
Can.
Who wants that?
New England?
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I do think one of them's getting traded. But I don't know. That's tough. Maybe New England, they can afford it, I guess. I guess Diggs on a 1 year. Maybe the Titans want him back. Who knows? I don't.
That'll never happen. That would be a punishment. That would be the ultimate punishment for A.J. Brown is, hey, you want to get traded?
Well, that's what I would do to him. Again, I'm not. It's kind of annoying. It's like you got to pick one, and I guess once you get your Super Bowl, you want to go back to diva mode. But it's like, do you want to get stats? Or do you want to win games? You just threw the ball 40 times. You guys lost the game. You guys should have won because that's not what you fucking do. Like, do you want to win Super Bowls or do you want to fucking catch passes? Like, sometimes I don't get these wide receivers. It's like, why'd you sign this big ass deal to be on a contending team when it's like,
that's you knew what they were when you signed the extension.
Yeah, exactly. You knew who Jalen Hurts were. You were just on the team. They're doing tush pushes for fucking 60% of their touchdowns. Like, what the fuck? Like, and then it's like, it's you, Saquon, fucking Devontae Smith, and Jalen Hurts. Like, there's only one football. So it's weird. You're making subliminal messages. I'm saying, oh, that's not what I mean. It's like, we all know what the fuck you mean. Like, what the fuck? Like, then you're pretending like that's not what it is. Like, do you want to win or do you want to fucking have 100 catches? And I don't know what the answer to that is. I'm not a wide receiver, so it's easy for me to say that, like, oh, would I rather get 100 pancakes or us to win the game? Obviously, I want to win the game, but it's like, do you want to go be on some bum ass team and be a nobody, or do you want to be on a Super Bowl contender and, you know what I mean, only catch 65 or 70 passes a year instead of 100?
Yeah, it's that. I don't get it either. It is what it is, I guess. I would much rather be known as a champion. I mean, not everybody can be Jerry Rice, right? You can't be the Super Bowl, 3-time, 4-time Super Bowl winner and be the greatest of all time. It just doesn't happen that way. You know what I'm saying? That you get lucky with position players like that. Tom Brady, Jerry Rice, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get that much. I mean, look at Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders would trade all of his accolades, every single one of them, for a Super Bowl title. Every single one of them. Dan Marino would do the same thing. If Dan Marino could give back everything he's ever won, every award he's ever won, just for a Super Bowl ring, he would. And, it's crazy to me to think that people – I'm not going to say A.J. Brown is selfish, but it is selfish behavior.
Yes. I mean, I believe it is. It is selfish in a team sport. That's just what it is. Like, it would be one thing if you were on the Chiefs and he was throwing at Juju Smith-Schuster and you weren't getting your targets and you were a passing team. It's like, that's not what you guys do. You just won a Super Bowl doing a certain way. And it's like, just to be a distraction. Seems, I don't know, but I guess you got your ring already, so now you're back to worry about trying to get in the Hall of Fame, I'm guessing.
Last one, factor cap. If the NFL season ended today, your MVP would be between Baker Mayfield and Daniel Jones.
Let me look up Daniel Jones' stats. I'll definitely say Baker's in there. I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of Colts games. I only see the box scores. Let's see. Daniel Jones. 6 TDs, 2 interceptions, 1,300 yards. Was it week 5? So 250 a game, 105 passer rating. How many rushing touchdowns? I know he's got like 4 or 5. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Patrick Mahomes has been underwhelming, obviously. Josh Allen, same way. Joe Burrow's hurt. Lamar's hurt. Um, yeah, I mean, I definitely, off the top of my head, I definitely would have said Baker. I already knew Baker was up there. But yeah, Daniel Jones. Like I said,
when
kind
you
of
when you
remnant to
look at
last
it,
year. Sam Darnold was on the precipice all year.
absolutely,
So maybe we'll have another
absolutely.
one of those scenarios.
No, I mean, I'm right there. I mean, if the NFL season ended today, I think Baker kind of edges out Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones is having a hell of a if he doesn't win MVP, he's winning comeback player of the year, hands down. No question about it. Daniel Jones is comeback player of the year,
Oh,
Baker
yeah.
Mayfield's MVP. That's how I would look at it if I were, you know what I'm saying, if the season ended today. But Daniel Jones' season cannot be taken for granted, especially if you're Indy. You got to make the best of it because this is kind of like I'm not going to say, like a Cinderella type moment, but you don't know how much of this you're going to get out of Dan Jones. But they made the absolute right decision in starting him over Anthony Richardson. I think Anthony Richardson probably gets traded to like the Rams or some shit. Um, but yeah, definitely Baker 1, Daniel Jones 2 right now if the season ended today. Um, so that kind of segues for me a little bit into the last segment of the night of the podcast. Um, it's a new thing that we're trying to start. It's going to be our dog of the week, DAWG, not DOG, the dog of the week. For me, and I'm pretty sure we probably have the same person. We did not talk about this, who our person was before the start of this podcast, but I have none other than Baker Mayfield. 29 of 33, 379 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 134.7 passer rating in that game against Seattle. Absolutely fantastic. He proves over and over and over and over again that he's just a fucking like he's the kind of player that not only do fans love, but his teammates will run through a brick wall for him.
It's crazy that the
And
Browns got rid
Cleveland,
of
yeah,
him.
Cleveland's got to be just sitting there like, why?
If they
What? Like
had Baker right
fans.
now, they
I
would
feel
be
bad for
fucking
the fans, man.
yes.
Like, what did they do to deserve this? You know what I'm saying?
And all because Baker had like a down year, and it wasn't even that bad of a year because he was injured. He played injured all year. The
Yep.
Browns are just it's at least, the least the Bears never did anything like that. Got rid of a franchise quarterback like for to pay another guy 200 million who tore his Achilles or whatever and never going to play again. Like that might be the worst move that ever happened in the history of the NFL. Like I can't like I'm sure like maybe something else in hindsight, but I can't man. But I don't have the same one as you, but it's along the same line. It's very close. I had Emeka Obuka, not Ohio State fan, but obviously Baker killed, but he had to have somebody to throw to. 163 yards, and I think 9 catches. Rookie wide receiver, and he's balling all year. Just an Ohio State U when he's come to these guys coming to the wide receivers playing the NFL, and like he was a 4 year player there, came out as a senior, stayed all year, and he is a dog. Like him and JSN both very good. Marvin Harrison Jr. is taking strides. I know people have been pounding on the table calling him bust, but you go and look at his stats. He's clearly not a bust. He's pretty. I mean, he hasn't been Randy Moss. I think he had
No,
like Randy Moss expectations.
absolutely.
Um, but he's
Garrett
been
Wilson, Chris Olave.
yes, these guys are all really fucking good and would be the number one receiver on probably 25 of the NFL teams. But I would say that my dog of the week was Emeka Egbuka. Obviously, Baker played amazing, but I expect that from Baker. He was great last year. He was great most of the time. He's been great all year this year. But Mike Evans down, rookie receiver, you know what I mean, on a Super Bowl contending team to step up and to come in, just step in the NFL and just be like this good, because he's not Brian Thomas Jr., who's really fast. You know what I mean? Somebody's got he's like a technician of just a really quality wide receiver, and he is fucking
He's JSN.
yeah.
Him and JSN are the same wide
very
receivers.
similar, and they are impossible to guard.
Absolutely. Well, that was our dog of the week.
Yeah.
I want to make sure just for shits and giggles. I know we kind of get like 1,000 views and stuff like that, about anywhere from 10 to 1,200 views. I want people to let us know who their dog of the week was.
I'll make some reels to this.
Somebody from your team or somebody that you saw throughout the week, this past week. But drop down in the comments who your dog of the week is and why. And then maybe we'll bring it up in the in next week's podcast, next week's episode. And hopefully next week's episode we have a Chicago Bear featured.
We're
dog of the week. It doesn't have to be offense. It could be offense or
defense, whoever. Yeah. All right. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Definitely leave us some kind of comment, dog of the week in the comments, and we will see you guys next week.
See you.
Adios.